Go online. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the loan committee meeting of February 12th.
Yeah.
First up on our agenda is approval needed for the consent agenda, which includes minutes from a prior meeting and the 2023 discharge duties.
Motion to approve the second one.
All those in favor? Anyone opposed? So carried. We'll move on to the portfolio dashboard. Martha?
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have two clients on the dashboard. Client A is a restaurant. They have brought their account current in November and we haven't seen a payment since. We're in touch with them. And then loan client B is a massage therapy business. They're in arrears, but we're in contact with the owner. Any questions?
Approval to move this.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, so carried. We'll move on, I guess, to the first of the loan requests for this week. It's the Welch Boys lawn care loan. Is that used to you?
Actually, it's
Martha?
Okay, thank you again. We sent the confidential write-up to you last week. Welch Boys Lawn Care is a DBA. They're located in Hudson. It's a landscaping and lawn maintenance business. They're requesting a $20,000 SBA microloan and the $2,000 Columbia Forward grant on top of that. It would be a 60-month term with a monthly payment of $366.08. The interest rate is 3.75. And the purpose is equipment purchases and working capital. And once again, we'll have the personal guarantee of the principal.
Are you giving them ongoing
Technical.
They've
They've been working with Brian Zweig and we'll continue to at least encourage him to check in with Brian on a quarterly basis.
Great, thanks.
So are they okay making payments in the wintertime when there's no lawn care?
Yes, we've met with them several times. This individual has a state job and is confident that he can make those payments year round.
And then the other aspect of it, because they're getting the 20, how much grant? $2,000 grant. Fund.
Kind of low interest rate, so it's.
They'll be able to, but they'll be able to use that cash to pay the.
We're encouraging him to put that money aside and use it as working capital.
Yeah.
Do we know more about the personal credit score? I mean, I see there's a cable bill in dispute. Do we have any $1,200 long line of credit or cable?
I don't have any other details other than it's still in dispute.
Often that happens. Somebody moves in with an X or something and somebody moves out. But is that, you know, I think when there's a low credit score, it's helpful to know why. Is that the only thing or are there other delinquencies?
That's the only delinquency.
And we do run credit reports.
We do.
Yeah.
We're gonna be the only lien on the business assets.
Yes,
There's no other, lawnmowers aren't financed with somebody else.
correct.
Okay, no, is that. I just know what it is with the lawnmower business.
That's a good question.
Kind of in it. You got a lawnmower, you buy with some John Deere's 0% interest. So,
Yeah.
doesn't
You don't
show up too
know.
much. Yeah.
For a while.
We ain't gonna be first on that lien.
Any other questions,
You're good with it?
concerns, comments?
Motion to approve.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So carried. So next, thank you. So next up is the Supreme Soft Serve.
Yeah, so Supreme Soft Serve, and again, the detailed write-up was sent to you late last week. They are a mobile ice cream truck based here in Hudson. The request is a $25,000 SBA microloan. This too would include the $2,500 Columbia Forward grant, as well as the 3.75% interest rate with it. Term of the loan would be 60 months, monthly payment of $457.60. Purpose of this loan is an equipment purchase and working capital. Our collateral being the lien on business assets and the personal guarantee of the principal. That's Supreme Soft Serve here in Hudson.
with buying a second truck, so it can be two places at once.
That is correct.
This is a business that initially, we deferred giving a loan when they first went in business. We didn't bring it to the board or the committee. When we first presented it to us as a brand new business, we didn't feel that it had enough background and that the business itself was unique. Having a high-end product that was only going to be sold at events. And so we were very impressed with the fact that the owner has been successful for what, a year or so?
2 years.
2 years. That now we can be, more confident in helping them expand and grow.
How'd she end up financing the first one?
Personally,
Is that probably someone that had 25,000 credit card debt?
perhaps.
She just started a campaign on Instagram, I saw, promoting the business, so. Those projections are based on, on new business only, do they have weddings and 'cause
Yes.
people plan that a year in advance, so she
Oh,
does,
yes.
yeah.
I guess it's far beyond the photo booth at the wedding.
No, it's very cool. I think the devil's gonna be in who she can hire to run this. That's always the challenge. But it's a good side job for somebody if I only on weekends, that sort of thing.
Put your resume in now.
I will
do it, it was the best job I ever had.
Yeah,
I was working.
the soft serve is easier than hard serve, that's for
Your
sure.
quality control if you need it.
Yeah, we gotta test this.
That's right.
That's very inventive.
So any questions, comments on this? If not, need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Second,
Seconded.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So carried, great. So on to the third and final.
Yeah, which is
Well,
Vertebrate Tea here at Hudson, as you all know. They are a food service retail shop. The principal came to us seeking a $25,000 SBA microloan. This too would include the $2,500 Columbia Forward grant, and of course, the 3.75 interest rate. 60-month note at $457.60 monthly payment. The purpose of the loan being working capital, our collateral being a lien on business assets, and the personal guarantee of the principal, of course. That's Vertebrate Tea. And again, the detailed write-up was sent late last week. So, thank you.
We don't have any questions.
I'm glad they're back in business.
A lot of
Kim's back.
positive press of
They're open.
Yeah, they've had really good press and makes a difference. Makes a difference who's running a business too.
it does.
Been around a long time.
They're in Warren Street?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down on
And how long was it
Second.
closed for?
It hasn't been
Right,
closed.
It wasn't closed, just someone else has been running the
Right,
business.
for a year.
She's so,
And that building she owned and then she sold it and now she's leasing.
Correct.
And that's part of the business, yeah. Any questions? Comments? No? Can I have a motion to approve to bring to the board?
So,
Second? All those in favor?
aye.
Anyone opposed? So carried.
Thank you.
That was very quick. Mike, do you have,
The,
there's a spreadsheet here.
Yeah.
do have,
Steve, or is it?
Steve put together a spreadsheet. The accountants require that management review each of the entire loan portfolio quarterly and make risk ratings. And what this chart that Martha and Steve have put together shows at the top that based on the board's approval of moving an additional $25,000 of expense, $25,000 to add to the loan loss reserve as of December 31st, the balances of those two accounts on the general ledger for the CEDC loan is $185,496, and for the SBA loan it's $110,868. Now with the SBA loan, if the SBA loan goes into default and we don't buy it back with CEDC loan money, we owe the SBA the outstanding balance of that, and we use the 15% cash reserve accounts to pay them back. But you also need to make a write-off. When you do a write-off on your books, you have to hit this loan loss reserve account. And so, when you look at the risk ratings, we have 20 in the least risk group, number one, and the bulk 105 in the 2 and 3 category, and 7 in the 4 category. And we've listed those 7. I think primarily because of, your analysis, Martha and Steve, was basically on the history of their performance. Not that we're concerned about the loan itself, the industry that they're in.
And other known risk factors.
So when you do this analysis, the total of the loans in the CEDC fund is 56 loans, and you rank them and put the outstanding balance into the model, we get $191,000, and we have 185 on our books as loan loss allocation. On the SBA fund, it's 113, and we have 110. So, our argument, the accountants don't want you to put more in there than, they don't want you to load it up and hide money, or not hide money, but, create a working capital reserve of your own. And so I think they'll be pleased with this. I mean, it's never going to be perfect. And, I think when you take the loans in category 1, there's no way those loans are going down. And if you take 105 loans in category 2, this means they would all go bad, right? So it is an exercise that we go through. And I think in the past, they criticized us for having too much in the loan loss reserve account. And so that's why each year, as we take down more SBA money, it's necessary for us to add to it. And when you look at the current delinquent report, you can see that the $2,000 that's currently delinquent is 0.00085 of the total outstanding loan portfolio. So, I think this is a good process to go through. It makes us look at each loan individually every quarter and compare it to whether they paid on time over that period of time and what else we know about their industry or their business itself or the information that we have about individual owners. So I do think that it doesn't require your approval, but more your education that we do it quarterly, and the accountants review it as part of the audit of CEDC. Any questions? So thank you, Mark and Steve.
Does this get presented to the full board, or this is just part of our meeting?
We'll probably present the top piece of this, but not the individual loans that are listed below.
I think our loan policy manual states that the loan committee will review it.
Yeah. But again, for information, I think what we've talked about is using some of the board, using a consent agenda for a lot of the things that we've been looking at, and then having 15 or 20 minutes for education. And I think this would be useful for the board to be aware of. Great. Thank you.
Any other topics or questions?
Just a question on Columbia Forward. How much is left in that? Do we know? Or roughly? We just approved 3 more, right?
Correct. We just looked at it.
Yeah,
12,000?
we're at about 11,000 remaining
Okay,
with these 3 closing.
good.
And the supervisors, what they had done was, they had wanted to give us, $450,000 to pass out grants, up to $2,500. And, at that point, we were through COVID to a degree that we felt that, if you hadn't made it by now, the small grant wasn't going to help. And with $450,000, $2,500 grants, we didn't have the capacity to process that type of a program in a way that we could be sure there wouldn't be someone that slipped through who shouldn't have slipped through, and you have a major press story. So we met with the chamber, and we went and met with the supervisors, and we modified the program where they provided $150,000 a year for 3 years for the business development and economic development support that the chamber and CEDC provides. Chamber to small businesses and the economic development support to towns and villages and the city. And they gave us $50,000 for this grant program, but you had to be part of getting a loan here so that at least we were going through some type of a review. And to qualify, I believe you had to be in business for 2 years. You had to have a credit score of 620 or more. And
Well,
it was basically tracked.
we didn't put a specific credit score in there, and exceptions can be made on a case-by-case basis.
And so we report this to the supervisors at our every other month meeting with our economic development committee. But it's worked out well, and I don't think any of the loans that received grants at this point have had any issues with payment or
$11,000
out of 50.
likely that'd be gone this year then, right?
Yeah, what was intended to be gone in 1 year, but we did. You could have blown through it all in the first 20 loans you did after we got it, but that wasn't how the supervisors had set it up.
And the reality is, it only applies to loan requests of $25,000 or less, and the majority of our clients are looking for.
And it was structured so that if you wanted 50, you couldn't get it on the first 25. You had to be you had to be capped at 25.
Okay.
So it's worked out well, and
It's a good deal for whoever fits that mold.
any other questions? Thank you.
Motion to adjourn?
So,
Second.
thank you.
Thank you.